Hi everyone. Oh, I'm gonna take this out because I'm getting feedback from something that has started in the background. Hopefully you can hear me and everything's okay and it's not picking that up. Let me just get the screen working here in front of me. I'm gonna put my earbud away too so it doesn't conflict or accidentally pick it up because it's lying loose on the table. All right, welcome to 12 Days of Crafty Christmas. We're into day 3 already. Can you believe it? The month of December is just flying already, right? Okay, computer, let's work. I'm having some, I don't know, technical issues, so hopefully that this will work. I'm getting just random emails saying that things haven't gone through from like yesterday night, and so hopefully, crossing our fingers, this is all gonna work. But if I have to remake this project, it won't be a bad thing because oh my goodness, I had so much fun creating with this. So I did make some like Christmassy ones and some New Year's ones, and I decided to introduce you to a bit of the new product that is coming in the mini catalog, so that you also see what is up and coming as well. So as you hop on, say hello. Hopefully we get some watchers, but if not, I'll just talk to myself, or the dogs are here, so I'm never alone here in the studio. One of them is always here, but they're both here right now, cuddled together on their bed. So 12 Days of Crafty Christmas. This went up a half an hour ago, and it will all go up a half an hour before every live, just in case you forget. But I did load up until day 7 for the events, so you'll also find those pinned at the top of my page. It should be under events. I can't remember exactly what it says. Let me just scroll up there real quick and see if it will let me. Oh, I'm telling you, you guys. Any of you out there deal with computer issues, you will know where I'm coming from. And my screen keeps freezing in front of me, so hopefully it's not doing that for you. So upcoming events, it says. It's pinned right to the first thing in those featured area right at the top of my page. So that's where you'll find it. So let's flip you around and let's get started on the little door hangers that we're going to make. They're absolutely adorable, and I hope you enjoy it. And that you make a few to drop off to your neighbors or some friends or some work colleagues or whomever you decide based on what you see tonight needs one of these. All right, so we'll flip you around and we'll get started. Sorry, I'm jiggly for a second while I adjust you. There we go. Hopefully let my screen just catch up with us and see that we're far enough away or close enough to it. 2 seconds, my screen's almost there in front of me. So as I said, we're on day 3 of 12 Days of Crafty Christmas, where we're making cute little gifts that you can give, last minute things in case you forgot somebody. These are a great little thing to make ahead, having like a little bin and be ready in case someone like pops a gift on you and you don't have anything for them. This is an easy way to have something quick and easy and ready to go. All right, so how about I show you the New Year's one that I made. Hang on, let me just adjust here. So, whoops, I need to actually glue. I have a little cork here and the glue dot doesn't want to hold it. So here is the little door hanger package. This is a New Year's themed one, so you'll see Happy New Year down here with some little sparklers and stuff like that. This is a retired set that I used. I think it's a host set. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but I have like a bag of corks and stuff like that, so I just tucked that in as a little accent. I've got a couple sparklers in here. I've got some rocket candies, because you know, rockets, you're shooting for the stars. And then I've just put some little booze bottles in here. Now this is what I had at home, but you can easily pick up something that is a little more suitable to a New Year's shot at the liquor store, and customize it to sort of what your gift recipient would like. That does not want to stick, so I would glue that down or something. Hi, Shanna. Yeah, you caught me live. Awesome. So here is a little, and then of course the little hole is there for it to just hang on a doorknob. So you can quickly drop this off to somebody and it would be a little surprise hanging on their door. So that's the New Year's one. And then let's get started. And then I have a couple other ones to show you, but we'll get started on the one for tonight. We're going to cut it and do all the bits and bobs together. But this is the paper that I was talking about out of the new mini catalog that we're going to use. Let me just kick the dog. He's licking his foot here. Hey, leave it alone. He shouldn't be because he licks it till he hurts it. This is out of the Floral Delight Suite. Now, I just got the paper and I got the little bees, which we looked at the other day. But is this not some gorgeous paper? We've got like a gingham here. I just pulled from different spots of the pack, so I probably pulled one we've already seen. There's a gorgeous one. It's so bright and cheery. It's got Daffodil Delight, Lemon Lolly, Old Olive, peach pie, pecan pie, and pool party. There's your pecan pie. Sorry, I'm just trying to grab the... So this is up and coming. This is the sheet we're going to use tonight. So you already saw the back of that one. That's got that little gingham pattern on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a little get well door hanger in case, because you know, once the kids are out of school, everybody gets sick. And so you might come across a friend that needs a little gift get well package sitting on their doorstep, and this is a great way to do it. So what you need is a full sheet of cardstock, and we're going to cut it down to 5 1/4 by 11. And you are going to use probably just about every portion of this cardstock, so don't worry that you think you're going to waste a whole piece. You're not going to, because you're going to use these little pieces to layer on afterwards. So we've got our piece here. We've still got it with the short side at the top. What we're going to do is we're going to score at 1 inch. Let me just move this over a little bit. On both sides. So we're going to do this side right here, and let's get our blade out of the way. 1 inch, and then we'll flip it around and do 1 inch on this side as well. Yeah, there's another message saying something's failed. I don't know what's going on. And then we're going to pull out our arm because we need 7 inches there. And we're going to score it at 3 inches, 4 inches. And then you will see, hopefully, will the camera pick it up? I probably should have chosen a better color. Here we go. So we've got our 1 inch on our short side, and then we've got 3 inches, 4 inches, and then you'll see your score mark here at your 1 inch. You're going to go to 7, and you're only going to bring your scoring blade down to where you've got that score mark. So you're only going a little bit. I'll try and make it thick so that you can see it. Let's get that out of the way. There we go. So you can see I've gone a little bit over, but it's going to be okay. Don't worry about it. And then you'll just want, oops, what am I doing? And then you'll want to put it back at 7 again, and then bring it up to that other one here too. So you're going to have it on both sides. So you got one there and you've got one there. You can see that? And then while we're here, we're going to cut for our little panels. So our back panel, decorative panel, and our front panel. So we've got a piece of designer series paper that is cut down to 3 inches. Okay. Then we're going to flip it here and we're going to make it 6 inches long. So we've got a piece that's 3 by 6. And then we've got this other little piece that we're going to cut down to, it's already 3 inches, but we need it at 2 3/4. 2 3/4. Now, if you had a pattern that was kind of directional, you're going to want to make sure that your 3-inch side is along the top as your longer edge, and that your pattern is going in a proper direction. But because we have that, which actually we might mix and match. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So yeah, just kind of look at the back sides of your your paper and see what you got. So you're gonna have that left over at the end, which you can use to decorate something else if you want. And then I like the option, so an original one that I made, I think I layered everything. I did layer everything. So you can just put the paper down as is onto your base once we've created it. But I like to have a little bit of a layer in behind. So I've got the rest of that piece of cardstock ready to go for that. So we're going to want a layer that is 6 1/8, so that we can layer it onto our 6" by 3" piece. And then we're going to cut it at 3 1/8. And that's just going to give us that little tiny border, just like that. Okay. Now, like I said, you do not have to do this part, but I think it finishes it off quite nicely, so you might as well. And then we'll cut this one at 3 1/8 again. And then we'll cut it at 2 7/8. So you're just going up that little 1/8 of an inch from what you cut your designer series paper at. So then we'll just layer that on there, or the other side, whichever you want to do. Totally up to you. Okay, I think we're done all our cutting. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our snips in and we're going to create our little box. So I've got my little lines that only go to my score mark right here. I'm just going to turn this so we can see. I'm going to cut into the score mark just like that. I'm going to turn it and I'm going to cut it. And I have another template here to show you if it's really hard with the yellow to pick this up. But we're just taking that little section out. And we're going to do the same on this side. And you could do this on your cutter if you're confident with your cutter and lining up. And I just like to be able to see it, so I just do it by hand. And you can use these for sentiment pieces or whatever you want afterwards. And then on our little squares here, we're just going to cut in, because those are going to help us create our little box on both sides. Okay, so this is what we're left with when we're done. We've got these little flaps here all the way along. Hopefully the camera's picking that up okay. And then you got your big long piece right here, which is where we're going to put our hole to make our box. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Here's one in white that might be just a tad bit easier to see, maybe. Okay, so this is what we had when we started. We put our score marks in. We removed those, and then we snipped in those to make those little flaps. If you have any questions, send me a message. I'm happy to explain it a little bit better, but it's not that difficult, so I think that it's okay. It's just whether you can see on the video well enough. You're not watching any Christmas movies tonight, Shauna? So we're just going to flip this over to have our good side, I guess you'd call it, up. We're going to put some tape, tear and tape, onto these little flaps. Oh, the dog's eating his foot again. Leave it. Okay. We'll pull all these off. Oh, now he's going to cry because I told him not to lick his foot. Okay, and then I've got some little straggler ends here, so we'll just tuck those in. So I'm going to lay this out like on the desk like this, and then I'm just going to fold it up and tuck in those side pieces. Okay, so we're going to be left with that, and just seal those down. And then we're going to wrap our other ones inside. So you want to sort of have a nice clean edge. Let me just tuck it in to show you. You want a nice clean edge when you secure it down. So just make sure that you're finished, or your rough edge, I would call this. This is going to be your finished nice edge. Make sure that that rough edge is going towards the back. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some tape on this side. And if you had wider tear and tape, that would work too. Actually, I don't even think I'm using Stampin' Up stuff. I think this is something else. Sorry, guys. But you know what tear and tape looks like. I know ours doesn't have wording on it, so this must be another roll that I had. Okay, so now we have this. We're going to tuck these to the inside and we're going to secure them down. Just like that. So we have a little pocket with like a little flap on the top. Isn't that cute? And sometimes, I don't know if it's just in the scoring or what, I've found a few of them have done this. Sometimes you end up with a little bit of an edge on the top there. I just took my snips and trimmed that off to tidy it up a little bit. But if you don't mind, you can just leave it too. Oh, I got one down here for some weird reason. So we'll just tidy that up. All right. So then what we're going to want to do is you can use a die or you can use a punch. I just used a punch. So I just grabbed my 2.5 inch because I don't have anything bigger than this, but you could use one that is bigger than that. And so because we're putting this layer down here, you're not going to be able to punch all of it. So if we secured all this down, we're not going to be able to punch through all that. Your punch just will not do it. If you were to use a die, you'd want to cut your hole before you actually assembled the bottom of the box, because otherwise it doesn't go through your machine. So whichever option you use, this is obviously the punch option. So we're just going to layer this piece of designer paper onto our backing and just leaving a little bit of room there. And then I am going to, I'm just going to go and try and punch it all. Just told you, you can't do that. So we're going to line this up. We're going to leave a little bit of an edge. So you just kind of want to watch that you've got it in enough at the top there. You can even push it down just a little bit more if you don't think so. But what I'm doing is I'm eyeballing the side to about the middle of the Stampin' Up! Logo that's right there on the back of my punch, if that helps. So just kind of watch your sides and sort of line it up amongst the logo, and you'll have enough of an edge that it won't tear or anything like that. Now my punch is really acting up on me. So you're going to have that, which you could use later on something else. So we've got the perfect little circle. So what I did, because I used a punch to do this and it won't punch through all the layers, is I just laid it out in my box. I grabbed a pencil and I just kind of marked about 4 or 5 marks around the edge, sort of where the outline of my circle would be. And then I just went back in with my punch, lined up those marks just like that. You'll kind of see one kind of right there to the side there, and then I punched. And now that should line up exactly when I put this in where I want it. Right? Perfect. It's like I knew what I'm doing here. All right. So we're just going to go and put that in. And then on the front, we're going to decorate the front. And this is almost done. We've almost got this together and ready to go out as a gift. Can you believe it? These are so quick and easy. You can do them for any occasion, but I thought for tonight we do like kind of a get well one. So I've grabbed a few little items. I have some tissues. I have a Sunshines and Lemons, what do you call it? Antibacterial hand stuff. I've got like a little wet one. And then I've got a little decongestant inhaler. So that will go inside our little box, just like this. And depending on what you put in here, it may like kind of bulge out a little bit, but that's okay. I did have it all in here looking nice and pretty earlier. Maybe I did that. You know, whatever. Stuff it in there. You could put a little thing of Halls in there, whatever you want. And then I'm going to take that out because that's just making it bulky right at the moment. Okay, and then I took I've got all my other little bits over here. I took the stamp set Let me grab it here. It is one of the online exclusives that is coming, and it's called Mixed Florals. So I took this big, beautiful flower image from it. So that's what we've got here, and we're going to finish coloring it. I did start it so that you didn't have to watch me color the whole thing. And it does have a big die that cuts it out. And then it also has this fun. Now I used just a scrap of paper, so I've actually cut off some of the greenery here. But it's got a great big background sort of die cut that you can layer some greenery in behind, and I thought that would work perfectly. And it does match up with this mixed labels stamp set as well. Comes as a big suite, and then it's got a bunch of labels and little images that you can use as well, with some great sentiments as well. So that all comes together, as well as with these low profile dots. And it also comes with a embossing folder, which I've put away, so I did not grab it, but it is super beautiful as well. And I've also brought in to decorate this beautiful gold, what's it called? Open weave trim. If you can see it here. It's kind of similar to our silver one that we had way long ago. I still have a few rolls because I love it. And it is going to come from the Wildflower Birthday Suite. And it is gorgeous. So I'm just going to do a quick little trim here of my greenery. Cut off some of these extra ones that we're not going to use, because mainly I just want the grass is sort of what I want in behind. We're going to quickly color these flowers. So I just did Old Olive for my greenery, because that's what the paper suggested was a good complementary color. And I just took the colors straight out of the paper. So that's just a light pool party on the flowers. And then we're going to bring in some Lemon Lolly and some Daffodil Delight. So I'm just going to do light Lemon Lolly for the flowers. And we'll do highlights with the Daffodil Delight. I figured it'd be really quick to color flowers, and that wouldn't bore you too much to do those. All right. And we're going to use some dark. Oops. I just got some new blends, so some of them are like, wow, night and day to what I was using. It's like, wow, this is the real color. It's like when you don't re-ink your ink pad for a while, and it's like gets lighter and lighter and lighter, and then you're like, oh wow, look at that color. So we'll just blend that back in, and we're almost there. Okay, so then we'll put this on the front. Let me just move that junk out of the way. So we're just going to put this on the front here. I figure right about there, and I might actually just trim off. I have a little actually score line because this was a scrap of something from my bin. We're just going to cut that off, I think. That's a little bit better. We don't want it sticking up too much into what we are giving them. We want them to see that. There's my seal. So we'll just run a little line of seal there, and we'll put our grass down for our background. Oops. I kind of mapped this out already in my head beforehand. And then I figure if we put this right here, we can still see the grass sticking out in behind. I just love this big image of tulips. I love tulips. Oh, and I forgot to point out why, of course, I would get this stamp set. If anybody knows me would know, looking at this, why I would get it. It has ladybugs in it. I love ladybugs, so... And then I brought in another new one. So this is a new punch. It's called To The Point Label Punch. Is it not gorgeous? And it goes with these beautiful stamp sets. So it comes in a bundle with this Hugs for Love, but it also goes with bright borders that's coming in the new mini catalog as well. So you've got a lot of sentiments there and some great sort of filler in pieces. And so the one I wanted to use from this one was Sending You a Big Hug, because obviously we want to say get well and we miss you and all that. And then I'm going to use this one here to stamp onto our little sentiment piece, because I think it'll complement the flowers really well. I just have to figure out which way it goes. I would imagine that it goes this way. Yes. So we're just going to stamp tone on tone. So I'm just going to use crumb cake because I've got a crumb cake base. Let's just slide that up so you can see what I'm doing. I will hold it up as soon as I'm done. Now I would normally, oh, I did pretty good. I would normally stamp that and then punch it, but because we're trying to not be on all night, isn't that pretty? I love it. Okay, and then we'll pull out our Sending You a Big Hug, and we'll put that right in the middle. And we'll stamp that in memento because we want that to be front and center, that we care about whoever we are going to leave this on a doorknob for. I'm sorry if you can hear the dog like snoring. I don't have my earbud in to drown him out. And so I'm just going to tuck a little bit of this in behind where I'm going to put my sentiment, just to give it a little bit of oomph. I keep losing my dots. Here we go. Oh, I grabbed small ones. That's okay. Put a couple dots on the back, or dimensionals, I should say. Isn't this cute, Shanna? I love it. So then we can go like that, and then we can embellish. I pre-colored a couple little ladybugs. You could also use the retired ones that we used to have from way back in the day. I have a whole bunch of those. Of course, I stocked up on them. And we'll just put a little ladybug over there, and I'm going to use a glue dot on this other one because I don't think a mini will go behind it. Now they do have legs on them. I did cut off, I'll just show you while I've stuck it on here. I did cut off the legs on this one because I wanted it to sit on the flower. So I didn't really think that it needed its legs. So I'm just going to put it right there. Wasn't that cute? Oh my goodness. And I did put Wink Estella on them. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but. And then if you want to, you can also bling it up with some of these low profile dots or any type of embellishment that you have. And oh my gosh, when you see these other ones I've created, you're just gonna die. I have no nails, I can't pick up anything. Can't operate my scissors here either. And we'll just put that one right there. So there we go. We've got a really cute, quick and easy. You can make multiples of these and then have them like in a little bin. And who doesn't love going shopping for all these little goodies? I know I do. So we tuck this in there. I think I just had it turned in there. I'm always on the hunt for all these little sampler things. So yes, it will bulge out, but that's okay. When it's hanging on the door, it's fine. It looks like it's like you put lots of stuff in there and it's great. So there's that little get well one. And then you could also, like if someone has sort of, I don't know, done something nice for you. We always say, oh, you're a lifesaver. Being that we put Sending You a Big Hug on there, you could add a different type of tissue. I have all these things. A roll of lifesavers. And then maybe some, you want to be at the beach, just some hand cream. Of course, at Bath & Body Works, you can get anything that will match what you want to do. And you can just put that in there. And then, you know, you could even tuck a little 3x3 card in there saying, you know, thank you for being such a lifesaver. So that's a cute way to personalize that as well. Another one is to make a little birthday one. So I've used the new birthday pack, which is the Wildflower Birthday that this mesh ribbon comes from. And it's got some gorgeous paper with lots of gold accents and all that kind of stuff in it. So what I've done is I've just bought a box of Twinkies. Tucked those in there. We've got a little kind of blowhorn, a candle, and a balloon. So if someone's, you know, by themselves having their birthday, feeling sorry for themselves, you can hang this on. I haven't put a birthday wish or anything on there, but I would customize it when the time came. And you can just tuck that in there. You could also use this little blowhorn one in the New Year's one that I showed you at the beginning. could put the little blowhorn in there too. So you've got that option as well. Super cute, right? Or you can take all this goodies out. You can get these Hershey birthday cake chocolate bars and some vanilla buttercream hand lotion so they smell like a birthday cake all day long. And then you could also hang that on the door for whoever, somebody at work. Wouldn't somebody at work love this? And this set of designer series papers, specialty paper, I said, because it's got the gold elements in it, but it also has 2 sheets of all these little punch outs. So there's cakes, there's cupcakes, there's little banners, there's a bunch of flowers and leaves, and there's all kinds of little goodies in there. So it's an awesome little paper. And then a couple more here. Then we've got a little gingerbread one. So this is retired from a stamp set a couple years ago that actually makes tags on its head. But using the Naughty and Nice one that we used the other night. And that's just tucking a gingerbread hot chocolate, some paraffin hand wax, and some peppermint lip balm that matches the paper that we used. Or you can do, a Naughty or Nice hot chocolate mix. And you can do the same. Leave a hand cream in there and you're ready for somebody that may need to warm up over the winter holidays. Or you've got an option where you can use this one as well because it says Naughty or Nice. So you've got a coworker that kind of gets a little bit cranky in the afternoon. You can put a little coffee to get them going and some little Snickers bars in case they get hangry. And maybe they need to douse up their coffee with a little bit of Bailey's, and you put a little shot of Bailey's bottle in there, and you can also hang that on someone's desk. If you didn't want to use it as a door hanger, you could just leave that hole, or not punch that hole out, and then you could, continue to decorate up there or put a little tag with to or from or whatever you like on there. So there's a few options of how you can stuff them and how you can decorate them. And they're absolutely adorable. So I hope you make some and gift them out this year. And if you do, take a picture before you do it and make sure you post and tell me all about it. And let me know your favorite in the comments if you're watching right now still or if you're catching it on the replay. I would love to know your favorite. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining me again for day 3 of 12 days of Crafty Christmas. I will see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock. And what are we doing? Let me look at my list. Oh, we're doing some book albums. So the little book box, we're going to do some albums and some little projects with those. So you don't forget about them. It looks like they're probably carrying over. I didn't see them on the last chance list today. So that is great because we only have so many package ideas now left. And those ones were quite popular. So I'm going to show you some ideas with those. All right, so I'll see you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. And take care, and thanks for joining me tonight. Paper hugs. Bye-bye.